Keely Hodgkinson, Olympic champion, world record holder, 4 years of searching for one specific medal. March 22, 2026, Toruń, Poland, World Indoor Championships. She showed up to the biggest race of her life with a borrowed kit bag. No spikes, no uniform, just determination. One race, one moment, everything was about to change. Let's find out what happened when Keely Hodgkinson finally got her world indoor title. Before March 22, 2026, Keely Hodgkinson had never won a medal at the World Indoor Championships, not once in her entire career. She had 4 European golds across multiple years, an Olympic gold from Paris 2024, the biggest stage in athletics, 2 World Championship silvers outdoors at the Global Championships, but never a World Indoor medal. That one specific medal missing from her trophy cabinet had haunted her for years, a gap that seemed to grow with each cycle. Between 2019 and 2023, Hodgkinson became the ghost of the world indoors, a name on entry lists that never made it to the start line. Bad timing with competitions, injuries that sidelined her at critical moments, physical setbacks that demanded months of recovery. The gap in her medal collection grew larger with each championship cycle that passed without her competing. By the time a hamstring tear struck in February 2025, many critics wondered if her peak had already passed, if the injuries had taken too much from her career. Months of intensive rehab followed. She watched from the sideline while competitors raced forward, accumulating medals and breaking records. The frustration mounted, the doubt crept in. But something was changing inside her mind during those long months of recovery. That gap in her trophy cabinet wasn't acceptance of failure. It was fuel. It was motivation burning deeper than ever before. "Every time I tried, they put me on the sidelines again," she said. Rehab. Months and months. It was draining. The emotional toll was real. The physical demands were immense. But through it all, she kept thinking about that missing medal. One medal. Just one world indoor title to complete her legacy. That thought sustained her through the darkest moments of recovery. On February 19, 2026, Hodgkinson stepped onto the track in Liévin, France. She had one mission: break the world record. The 800-meter indoor record had stood for almost 24 years. Jolanda Cheplak set it on March 3, 2002, the exact day Hodgkinson was born. That record felt destined to be hers. Hodgkinson ran 1 minute 54.87 seconds. She didn't just break it, she demolished it. The old record was 155.82. She cut almost a full second off. That's not a small improvement, that's historic. One of the biggest world record jumps ever in the 800 meters. But here's what made it even more remarkable. She did this after nearly a whole year without running fast, after months of injury and rehab, after starting the season uncertain if she could come back at all. Now, she was heading to Poland, to the World Indoor Championships, to finally claim that missing medal. March 22, 2026, Toruń, Poland. Hodgkinson woke up with a problem. Her kit bag never arrived. The airline lost it completely. No spikes, no uniform, nothing. She had to borrow spikes from another runner, the wrong size. By the time the 800-meter final rolled around, a painful blister was forming on her heel. Most athletes would panic. Hodgkinson just accepted it and moved forward. The 800-meter final started at 6:53 p.m. Hodgkinson took the lead immediately. By 200 meters, she was already in front, hitting the mark in 27.26. By 400 meters and 56.96, she was pulling away decisively. Audrey Werro from Switzerland tried to stay close but couldn't match her. Addison Wiley from America was running for bronze. But Hodgkinson was operating on another level entirely. At 600 meters, she was crushing the field. Everyone else was fighting for second place. Hodgkinson was just running alone, commanding the race with absolute authority. The final 200 meters came. She didn't slow down. She accelerated. She crossed the finish line in 1 minute, 55.30 seconds. Championship record. a new mark that had never been run faster at the World Indoors. She won by 1.34 seconds, a devastating margin in an 800-meter final. Guerrero captured silver in 1 minute 56.64, a new Swiss national record. Wiley earned bronze in 1 minute 58.36, her personal best. But Hodgkinson's performance stood alone. Championship record, second fastest indoor time in history. Victory by over a second with borrowed spikes and a blister. That's not just insane, that's superhuman. But the night wasn't over. Hodgkinson didn't leave the track to celebrate. She headed to the warm-up area. She had one more race to run. Less than an hour after winning an 800-meter in championship record time, she was preparing for the 4x400 relay, a 400-meter run when most athletes would be exhausted. The relay started. Runners cycled through the race. Then Hodgkinson stepped up for the anchor leg. She took the baton at a disadvantage but ran 50.10 seconds, the fastest split in the entire relay final, the fastest leg of the night. She was the only runner matching that speed. Here's what made this even more remarkable. Hodgkinson's training partner Georgia Hunter Bell won the 1,500 meters gold that same night. Teammate Molly Cottery won the pole vault gold. Within 35 minutes, Great Britain swept 3 gold medals. Hodgkinson was at the center of 2 of them. The speed, the power, the recovery. All of it came together on one perfect night. "I think my word this year has been domination," Hodgkinson said after it was over. She wasn't bragging. It was just facts. An Olympic champion, a world record holder, a championship record setter, a relay runner with a 50.10 split, all in one night, all with borrowed spikes and a blister. Hodgkinson is 24 years old. She holds the indoor 800-meter world record at 1 minute 54.87 seconds, the fastest time ever run indoors. She also holds the 600-meter world record, a rarely contested distance that shows her dominance across multiple events. She holds the British outdoor 800-meter record at 1:54.61, setting the standard for her nation. She's the only British woman holding an athletics world record in the entire country. The only one. No other British female athlete carries a world record in any discipline. That distinction belongs to Hodgkinson alone. Her coaches, Trevor Painter and Jenny Meadows, have built a no-nonsense environment at the Manchester Regional Arena, one of Britain's premier training facilities. They focused on developing an aerobic engine so massive that Keely can recover from a championship record 800 meters in under an hour, a feat that allowed her to run the 4x400 relay at elite speed later that night. This is not normal recovery. This is elite-level physiological preparation that separates world champions from good runners. The aerobic capacity they've built allows her body to process lactate, restore glycogen, and prepare for another high-intensity effort in ways that defy conventional wisdom about athletic recovery. Hodgkinson came back from an injury that could have ended her career entirely. Instead, she's breaking records that stood for 24 years, erasing names and times from a different era of the sport. She's running times that rank 15th fastest in history, indoor or outdoor combined, a distinction that places her among the greatest distance runners ever. And she did it all with borrowed spikes and a blister on her foot, circumstances that would have defeated most athletes but only seemed to sharpen her focus.